fall of John Cena after being WWE Champion for over a year was saddening, and that's why WWE absolutely nailed the opening video package highlighting what happened. Almost brings a tear to my eye with how great this is.
Who will take the reins?
WWE showing Carlito in this video package as if he's going to be part of some big tournament to crown a new WWE Champion when he's not actually present in the arena tonight. Here's the one thing I don't get about this. The WWE Championship is covered by a blanket as if there's a new design on the title belt itself. But when Vince McMahon unveils it, it's still the same design with no changes added. If it was the same belt, why not just show it without the dramatic reveal?
Some of you losers are still rooting for the Cubs.
Funny as it is to diss sports teams, where the hell did that come from? Vince McMahon went from announcing John Cena no longer being the WWE Champion to dissing the Chicago Cubs. It's funny, but also random.
I'm not going to give you that.
For at least another month and a half.
To present to you.
If you look closely, you can see that the WWE Championship is the same design with a different color. Nah, who am I kidding? WWE would never do that. Right?
Randy Orton.
I get that Vince McMahon is a heel, but wrestlers simply being awarded a championship instead of earning it just feels wrong and messed up, no matter how much Randy Orton deserved it at the time.
Championship has only been vacated 4 times.
5 times, actually. It's been vacated from Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Vince McMahon. John Cena is the recent 6th, if you're not counting him.
It's up to you which superstar that you want to defend against.
Man, even I know that despite William Regal giving Randy Orton the choice of who he wants to defend his title against tonight, the actual opponent will be determined by some sort of mind game or situation.
Well, I know.
Shut up.
At first glance, I actually thought Vince McMahon suddenly told Randy Orton to shut up, and I got mind-fucked. I bet Randy was slightly confused at first.
Because it saves you the embarrassment of being defeated.
Heel wrestler brags to injured face wrestler that they would have been humiliated if they were here cliche. Heard that one a lot.
Nobody comes anywhere to me.
There is no wrestler who's on my level that someone's music hits to say otherwise cliche. Starting off the night with some cliches.
Randy, I wanted to be the first one to congratulate you.
Sorry, Hunter, but William Regal already beat you to that. He even said so himself before Randy started talking.
Randy Orton and Triple H.
Triple H has a scheduled match with Umaga, but also chooses to troll me D-Generation X style by placing in an impromptu match. You sneaky son of a bitch.
I wouldn't want my second title reign to be shorter than my first.
Well, damn, I gotta take off a Sid for that epic burn. You could literally feel Randy Orton being branded like a fucking cow after hearing that.
Unless you're scared.
Humorous as it is to see Triple H call out Vince McMahon on his hypocrisy, it takes nearly 5 minutes of taunting before Vince finally gives in and grants Hunter his match.
Shriveled up set of raisins.
Ha! Ball jokes. Small testicle jokes. References to fruit in the process. Are you not entertained? I'm not.
You've got your mouth.
Well, so much for Randy Orton being granted the right to choose his opponent for tonight at No Mercy, am I right?
We're not regrouping in a hurry.
Anyone who would be frustrated and whiny about a future long-term champion cheating his way out of retaining his world title would absolutely despise Randy Orton at this day and age for doing the same thing, only worse. Also, Randy Orton actually thought that a very fresh Triple H would willingly let him get counted out and call it a night. What an idiot. Attempted mouth ripping.
His challenger.
Not saying I'm encouraging an intentional disqualification escape by Randy Orton, but earlier he was totally cool with getting himself disqualified, yet he listens to the referee and breaks before the 5 count here. Has he changed his mind? This match obviously wasn't long so that these two men could compete later, but I love the desperation of getting the pinfall from both of them. With nearly every move, they're going for the pin, and you can see the frustration. It's awesome to see. Well, thanks for showing me Randy Orton's ass. It's a sexy ass, but you'd think that wrestlers would have their trunks tightened up as much as possible to prevent that from happening. Vince McMahon told us that No Mercy would be historic, and indeed it was, even if it's not what he had in mind. 2 new WWE champions crowned in the first 30 minutes of the show, and the fun is only beginning too. You can already see the seething flashbacks to when Evolution backstabbed Randy Orton mixed in with Hunter, destroying yet another world title run from Randy at the same time. The seeds are definitely planted for Randy's epic feud with the McMahon family in 2009. I love the storytelling.
Is a special bonus.
In other words, impromptu. Crazy to think the literal first 2 matches of No Mercy are impromptu, and they're not the only impromptu things taking place tonight. First I send in No Mercy with incompetent referees, then another one with commentators being able to tell the future and overusing the pre-match assault sin, and now an event full of impromptu segments and matches. I see why they're called No Mercy. To cause me pain.
What happened last Monday was luck.
The only reason you beat me is because you got lucky, even though that's complete bullshit cliche. The audio technician started replaying Mr. Kennedy's theme song well before he was ever done shouting his name. He says Kennedy a second time. You're supposed to wait, assholes. Also, I'm actually surprised that Mr. Kennedy didn't once bring up the fact that he was involved in the match that injured John Cena, thus he would claim responsibility for the injury and want to be awarded the WWE Championship instead of Randy Orton. Also, now that I think about it, this could have been the chance to put Mr. Kennedy back at the position he was in earlier this year. After all, he was Mr. Money in the Bank before the injury took him out.
Champion and Triple H, and now
Historic as it was to crown 2 new WWE Champions tonight, it's time to switch gears and shift your focus onto this match right now, guys.
and Mr. Kennedy, friends call him Mr.
Wah, wah. Haha, Mr. Kennedy tripped. Probably tripped over the injured John Cena, who's actually here tonight. It's John Cena's revenge.
Teams that use, oh, look out!
That was actually pretty innovative on the part of Trevor Murdoch to press down on the middle rope while pulling up the top rope so that Brian Kendrick could go sailing out of the ring like that. Clever, clever move indeed.
Tag champions, and a new
Jeff Hardy was clearly shown in the ring ready to save the match for his team, but he's got poor timing because if Brian Kendrick got pinned by Trevor Murdoch, Jeff would have been way too late to save the match at all.
Australia cover.
Jeff Hardy's really got to work on his timing, the way he climbs into the ring to stop pinfalls before it's too late. Either that or he's just pretending to care when he actually doesn't. Damn, timing on breaking up pinfalls isn't the only thing Jeff Hardy's got to work on. Even Lance Cade is wondering what the hell happened. Poor Jeff, not having a good night. Looks like Jeff Hardy isn't the only one who has poor timing. The entire team has it too, and that's why they lost. Who in the hell is this asshole that Triple H is talking to? It clearly needed screen time, so is he an important future champion? Take a step backwards while you still can. WWE has an obnoxious habit of unifying championships, so back away.
Good luck in that Punjabi prison match tonight.
With the way Hunter is wishing Dave Bautista luck, even he doesn't think the Punjabi prison match is worth taking seriously. It's like he's almost holding back his laughter saying that.
It's for the WWE Championship.
The match between Triple H and Umaga may be advertised and scheduled, but the stipulation is impromptu. We'll rename this event Impromptu No Mercy. Obviously, the V sign is due to Mabel going from Viscera to Big Daddy V, but every time I look at it, I can't help but be reminded of Star Trek, and I don't like Star Trek.
Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, my kill switch!
Cross faces.
I don't know if Big Daddy V pressing himself on his much smaller opponents like this is a good idea, given how much weight he has over CM Punk. Whoever the hell that asshole is with a put a shirt on sign. You can't say that about CM Punk, he's looking hot.
Get off of his feet. The hell?
CM Punk causes Big Daddy V to fall to the ground one single time, and that's enough for Matt Striker to attack him afterwards. This 90-second ECW Championship match was a huge waste of time. There was a damn tournament leading into this, too. Here are 10 cents, now fuck off. Matt Striker deserves another 5 sins. He's actually surprised that the referee called for the disqualification as a result of him interfering in attacking CM Punk. What the fuck did he think was going to happen? And how did Big Daddy V not kick his ass afterwards? I would have been pissed off if my manager cost me the chance to win a championship. Post-match assault, and one that honestly should have been done on Matt Striker for being a stupid dumbass. Here we go again with another impromptu segment, and as entertaining as it is to see Matt Hardy fight MVP in various competitions, it's still impromptu and I gotta send that. Also, the sporting events I can get behind, but I don't see how a pizza eating contest is good enough for Matt Hardy to prove that he deserves a chance to challenge for the United States Championship.
Very lovely.
Melina probably had enough of Taz taking forever to introduce her and instructed the audio technicians to immediately play her music to get this over with. Also, Melina and Maria Kanellis being reduced to pizza-eating judges on a pay-per-view event. That's how sad women's wrestling is in this era. Holy shit.
I don't eat garbage.
Okay then, no problem. Shall we assume MVP forfeits the challenge to Matt Hardy and we can move on to the actual matches scheduled for tonight?
You're older than me.
MVP makes fun of Maria Kanellis and her lack of a good IQ, but then proceeds to tell Matt Hardy that the latter is older than him, when MVP is actually a year older than Matt.
Oh man, my arm slipped.
With all this arguing, I'm actually shocked that the end result is MVP injuring Matt Hardy's knee. These two are practically made for each other. All that's missing are some lit up candles.
Matt, how's it taste?
Taz doesn't realize that in an eating contest, you shouldn't ask them questions as their mouths are full, and that risks a choking hazard.
He just regurgitated on MVP.
I hate vomit scenes in movies, but why the fuck do cameras zoom in on vomit? That's fucking disgusting.
MVP, most valuable puke.
Fuck you.
Hornswoggle's mom, was she magically delicious?
The D-Generation X style humor is awesome, even when Triple H is not even part of DX. That line was fucking hilarious. Because Triple H made fun of Vince McMahon having Hornswoggle as an illegitimate son, now he has to face Umaga. Literally every time Vince has Umaga fight for him, it fails. And that's a spit in the face of Umaga's talent if you ask me.
Vince McMahon's designated hitter.
Yeah, that totally worked out for Vince when he feuded with Donald Trump at WrestleMania 23, didn't it? Earlier, Triple H entered to the game, and for this match, he's entering to King of Kings. I guess in the main event, we should expect Evolution to play next?
Just a few minutes ago.
Actually, Vince said that almost 45 minutes ago. The pizza eating segment of the ECW title situation lasted quite a bit of time.
Game back in early September.
Umaga doesn't realize that the referee wasn't handing the WWE Championship over to him. Quit trying to make it look like Umaga doesn't understand anything. This has happened to Umaga so many times that I'm actually shocked he hasn't come up with a counter for someone pulling the ropes down on him.
Man,
A kick to Hunter's arm was somehow enough to daze him and collapse to the ground as if Umaga super kicked him in the face. Even if Hunter didn't move out of the way, Umaga would have headbutted the ring canvas and missed him anyway. That would have been just as awkward as Jeff Hardy missing Lance Cade earlier. What? That wasn't the pedigree at all, JR. That was the AA Spine Buster, a move you've called many times over the years. How is it possible to mix that move with a pedigree? That's almost as embarrassing as the time Jim Ross thought Jeff Hardy's Whisper in the Wind was the twist of fate.
Triple H countered.
Oh, come on, now you're mixing up identities too? Jim Ross is not having a good time during this match, is he? All Umaga had to do was move his foot slightly to the left and he'd be under the ropes, which would force a rope break.
The other
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Punjabi prison match. At least I assume it is, because they're playing the ominous Indian music while shining the spotlights on the bamboo cage. Sorry, what was that? Not for another 45 minutes? Why are we doing this then? Ranjin Singh requests that everyone be quiet because the great Khali is in deep meditation, then proceeds to talk rape aside Khali's ear. I don't think he notices his hypocrisy here. I would have laughed and removed 3 sins from the counter if the great Khali raised his arms up in the air and accidentally broke the ceiling due to his height. I gotta say, sometimes the feuds that take place are so random I question what the point is. Finlay went from feuding with Kane to feuding with Rey Mysterio because... reasons.
To the man who retired you, Rey Mysterio.
Hilariously enough, it's not going to be the first time Rey Mysterio retired JBL either. More cases of commentators foreshadowing the future, just like at No Mercy in 2002.
Over the world. Watching Mysterio's high.
What in the fuck was that supposed to be? Rey Mysterio hesitated to kick Finlay, and then when he successfully kicks him, Finlay throws himself back as hard as possible. And it wasn't even that hard either.
It's Finlay.
Creative move on the part of Finlay to cover Rey Mysterio's head with a ring apron. Not bad at all.
Dropping the dive.
I gotta give Finlay props. He even had me fooled that he got injured when he fell on the floor, hitting his head in the process. For nearly 5 minutes, this scene plays out like a legitimate injury and then is revealed to be a sneak attack.
That no good son of a...
Michael Cole sold the sneak attack from Finlay very well, as if he was also legitimately surprised by this. I love it.
Last man standing.
The only thing impromptu about this is the defending champion. Other than that, it's right on point, as Randy Orton was supposed to face John Cena in the last man standing match tonight before the injury. But with the word impromptu comes the word sin.
You'll give it to him.
First move in the women's championship match, and both Beth Phoenix and Candice Michelle botched the collar and elbow tie-up. Something tells me I'm not going to enjoy this match.
Much stronger.
That move could have been impressive had it not been for Candice not being in the proper position to pin Beth after it.
But then when you add out here,
So many botches in the short match. I think I've cringed about 15 times already in the first 2 minutes, and that's literally half the time length of the match too.
it's Glamazon, and this with an
Oh, come on!
and then could be Willow. No!
You know what's worse than a poorly executed title match? A suplex with less of an impact than normal being the move that finishes the poorly executed match. Congratulations to Beth Phoenix on winning her first women's championship, but it happened as a result of no one caring. What a shame.
Batista called it a chamber of horrors.
Insert name of cage match being described as a chamber of horrors cliche. Heard that for Hell in a Cell, the Elimination Chamber, and now the Punjabi Prison.
Steel reinforced bamboo.
Reinforced is not even a word, Michael. That would be reinforced. That one moment when a cinematic video package with ominous music makes it look like the Great Khali is more dangerous at first glance. Then you take a look at live action shots and are immensely disappointed with the results.
There's a reason they've only done this match once.
JBL says that as if the Punjabi prison match is one of the most dangerous matches of all time with scary results, when the reality is the Great Khali literally came up with a match concept a year ago and didn't even compete in it due to injury. Sometimes on paper, the Punjabi prison concept sounds intriguing, but when there's literally 2 structures surrounding the ring, a lot of times it's next to impossible to see what's going on in the ring due to the uneven patterns of bamboo. The Great Khali gets caught on the ropes, and now honestly would have been the perfect opportunity for Dave Bautista to call a door to open, hammer away on Khali, and then quickly escape before the time expires. That way, we could be out of here quickly.
A minute to get through that door.
The Great Khali calls for a door to open and then takes as much time as possible to get through the ropes. And despite how slow he normally is, he can get through the ropes easily. I've seen him do that. Perhaps Dave missed his cue.
That it's sitting on top of the ring. It's
Man, you can tell that the audience is not really interested in this match concept at all due to the absolute silence in the Allstate Arena. Rosemont normally has an energetic crowd, but when it is quiet like this, you know there's a problem.
in support. It seems
Even with how little you can see, you could clearly see Dave jumping in the air before Khali could ever lift him up for the scoop slam.
we're down to one door.
Man, this Punjabi prison match is boring to watch, even while trying to find Sins. At this rate, everyone is just waiting for all 4 doors to be locked for good, so that we could be one step closer to the wrestlers at least escaping the inner structure. We had a chance for an amazing moment with Batista connecting the Batista bomb on the Great Khali, but sadly Khali doesn't want any cool moments to happen, and now we're back to the disappointment we were feeling earlier.
Door to be open.
The Great Khali demands that the final door open when it's already been open for 5 seconds. The referee heard you when you signaled, dude.
We're gonna have.
Dave Batista is addicted to the Great Khalis. With all 4 doors locked, I'm not kidding. The length of time it takes for the match to end is another 5 minutes due to the amount of climbing and descending that had to be done. Well, at least the match concluded with the cool moment of Dave jumping from one structure to the other in order to save time and retain the World Heavyweight Championship in the process.
Now in this match, there are no...
By this point, both Randy Orton and Triple H are so exhausted that they won't even wait for Lillian Garcia to finish her ring introductions before entering the arena. I won't lie, I'm exhausted too from sitting this crazy event.
Let's make that clear. The match continues until one of these two.
Yeah, we know how the rules of a last man standing match works. You didn't have to literally repeat the rules twice in that same sentence.
That's it. Steel ring post.
That was the stairs, not the ring post. Boy, I'm too exhausted to even correct the mistakes anymore. What a night.
It's the third for the game.
If I have to hear the commentators repeat what the others said about the rules and this being Hunter's 3rd match of the night, I'm probably gonna lose it. These No Mercy events are really showing no mercy on the center of wrestling.
And remember, there's no disqualification.
Now we're going insane with the last man standing match. The metal stairs along with Jim Ross literally losing his voice with every shot is what brings the fire up.
What is Orton planning here?
Oh, I don't know. Judging by his position and the chair in the ring, maybe an RKO on the steel chair? I'm probably 99.9% wrong, but it's worth a guess.
Somebody's gonna get hurt tonight.
The defiance of Hunter to keep standing while bleeding right before he collapsed again. The chills are real. It's a shame a lot of wrestlers today don't put on that sort of emotion in their performances. Jesus fucking Christ, this match is brutal. How any of these two are able to stand after that is beyond me. Poor Hunter. If only he turned himself around so that his feet could touch the floor before the rest of his body did, he would technically qualify as standing. That one slight error is what cost him the WWE Championship. I'll end the Sins video with another 3 Sins removed. 3 new WWE Champions crowned in one night for the first time in WWE history. It doesn't get any more historic than that.